How's Jacquez picked up on the system and learning things?
Yeah, a high football IQ guy. He's got a lot of skins on the wall. He's been through a lot of battles. He's played in 30-something college football games. So mentally, maybe some terminology things that are different for him, but he's done a lot of things that we do. It's just converting his mind to how we teach it and how we call it things. And very, very easy transitioning from a mental standpoint. Really, really high football IQ. Practice on Tuesday. He's calling stuff out the offense, getting ready to do. He's got a little bit of that, that Square's got from a football IQ standpoint.
Kind of picking things up, 6 practices.
He's a smart kid, man. He's really, really smart. There's a difference between understanding it in the classroom and applying it to the field, but that dude in the classroom is extremely impressive. He's a very sharp kid. He's busted his butt to get ready. He's been around the facility doing stuff on his own all the time. He'll walk by my office and I'm like, hey man, what are you doing here? He is just working his tail off, and he's got a great example of how to work by DeAndre Square. Number 5, golly, you just mimic what that guy does, and you're going to learn how to prepare.
Don, that made me think. We saw him in the spring and the summertime, and it looked like he was attached to DeAndre's hip.
Yeah.
A lot of times. Is that a good indicator to you when you see a guy kind of willing to be a sponge?
Heck yeah, it is. Hey, if you got somebody in the room that knows how to do it the right way, do everything they do. Everything. Put your socks on how they put them on. You know what I mean? And so I've told Square, hey, we've got good young players. They're going to be really good. They need to learn how to be a college football player and how to be a linebacker, and he's teaching them. And obviously I'm teaching them too, but there's no leadership like peer leadership. You can't substitute that.
Do you focus those young guys at one spot, or can you kind of cross-train them already at both those
A little bit of both. I like to get their cleats to the ground and their eyes set at a certain spot. Trevin's probably mentally just a little cleaner swinging at both right now. Tez has played in one mainly, but is learning both. I tell the guys in the room, I'm coaching both guys at the same time in the film room. If you're not listening to the other spot, then you're wasting an opportunity to get better. So you never know when you're going to be called upon to have to sub and play the other one. They work hand in hand. The physical demands of both are similar, obviously. There is some nuanced details to some of the technique and job description stuff that's different. Both are learning both spots. Trevin's probably repped both a little bit more than Tez. Tez has kind of had his cleat set, but throughout a practice, I try not to spin them, and it's like being on a carousel and you get too many rotations and you get a little sick at it. I want their eyes to be clean and let them calm down and let them start to see things the same.
We heard some positive things about him in the spring. How has he kind of carried that over?
Yeah, Jared's a guy that we've been cross-training. He's playing Mike and Will, has learned both, has invested a lot, Same thing I was talking about with the young guys. There's a piece of, hey, I know it in the classroom. Now I have to think it fast on the field while the offense is moving and play with clean eyes and play with good feet and play with a base, be ready to strike with power, be ready to punch out to my coverage. There's a lot of things that go on with it, and so much of it comes down to just getting reps and becoming more natural and more instinctive with what your assignments are. But Jared's taking big steps forward. I'm not gonna lie to you. A year ago this time, Jared, I was like, man, I don't know if this guy's ready. He's at a point now in his development where he is owning his outcomes and he's embracing his improvement daily, and you get better that way. So I'm proud of what he's doing and can't wait to see him continue to grow.